Hello Newfoundland and Labrador. My name is Ernest Snooks and I am the leader of the Newfoundland and Labrador United Party, and I'm coming to you from my home to have a little talk with you about some things that I think you should really know. Now, as we know, when the Liberal government came to power, there was lots of hope, there was lots of optimism, there's lots of energy. We thought we were getting a whole new start. Away from the years and years and years of Tory mismanagement. And there's going to be lots of promises. They made tons. And then we know a lot of those promises, well, I think all of them didn't come true. But that's not what I'm approaching today. What I want to talk to you about today is the idea of a stronger tomorrow. And I mean, why that slogan is not appropriate for this government. Now, I'll say this. A lot of government decisions are not created off the drop of a hat by the ministers. They come from their deputy ministers, their assistant deputy ministers, the directors, advisors, people who make up their departments, create these policies and submit them to the minister, and the minister looks at it and says, okay, stamp, off it goes. Now, you would think that with a new government, there'd be a change in the House, things get moved around, people get replaced, people step down, we bring in fresh blood, as it were. Fortunately, that's not the case in this situation. I'm going to point out the first and probably one of the most important departments is the Department of Finance. Cathy Bennett is a Newfoundland success story. Started from the bottom, worked her way up, became a very successful businesswoman, an absolute example of Newfoundland spirit, something to be proud of. Now, running a business, running the province, two different things. It's a lot more complicated. And of course you need qualified, certified people to help you run it. So let's talk about those qualified, certified people with their with this new government, new ideas, new everything. Let me see, I've got it all on the iPad. So Donna Brewer actually is the Deputy Minister of Finance for the government of Newfoundland and Labrador. She's been a public servant since 1987, and she was appointed as Deputy Minister of Finance not by Dwight Ball, not by Cathy Bennett, but by Kathy Dunderdale. So it's not looking good for the fresh new policies and different ideas category yet. But there's still hope. Let's keep looking, shall we? It's actually all there on government pages. You can actually find out who deputy ministers are and their assistant deputy ministers and the directors, and you can look them up. It's generally listed. The next one in the finance department is a gentleman named Craig Martin. Now, Mr. Martin is the Assistant Deputy Minister of Finance, Taxation, and Fiscal Administration, which, that last one, we really need, and we've needed it for a very long time, in my opinion. He was appointed in May 2015. Another PC. Before this, he was the Executive Director of the Muskrat Falls Oversight Committee. I'll leave you to come up with opinions on that yourselves. That's because personally for me, Muskrat Falls is another issue for another conversation. So let's continue. Alton Hollett is another Assistant Deputy Minister of Finance, and he has been in place since at least 2014 as well. So once again, another PC. The majority of the finance department's upper management are PC appointees. So if we're looking for a change in the way things are done, so far it's not it. It's the same people who were in previously. Now, personally, that's something I would be asking my MHAs about, and that's something I really encourage you to do. We, as the Newfoundland and Labrador United Party, are going to be bringing that up a lot in the future, because I think that if we're talking about change and talking about a fresh new start, having the people who help put us in the situation we're in is not the right thing to do. We shouldn't have these people in. And I mean, I'm sure they're nice people, I'm sure they're very well qualified, but the track record under the PCs has not been great, and it's something, that needs to change. And now, let's go on a little bit more. Now, Department of Transportation is, the Deputy Minister is a woman by the name of Lori Ann Companion. She was also appointed under the PCs, and maybe I think about that. Actually, to tell you the truth, the majority of the deputy ministers and assistant deputy ministers in the current administration are PC hires, or PC appointees, I should say. They've been in the public service for a while. And, personally for me, that's concerning, because you can't build a stronger tomorrow with yesterday's people, especially the people who helped put us in this situation. I mean, it's fine to get angry at the ministers. It is. At the end of the day, they approve these ideas. But it's also a good idea to take other people into account. And these bureaucrats should be held accountable. They should be asked the questions as well. What part of these policies did you contribute to? What decisions did you help make? What did you approve? What did you not approve? We should be able to hear this as the people of Newfoundland and Labrador. And the Newfoundland and Labrador United Party is dedicated to making real, meaningful change. We're not just going to change the government and just have everyone in the bureaucracy say the same. No. We want to bring in fresh new ideas, fresh new people, because what we've got, it isn't working. It hasn't worked for, a very long time. And while I'm sure these people are great people, and I'm sure they're very well qualified, I'm not sure if they're what Newfoundland and Labrador really needs. That's just my personal opinion. And I mean, that's why if we are elected when the next election comes, these people, if they're still in these positions, they're not going to be. We will bring in new people. We will bring in new ideas. We will find who we need to find, who can really make a difference. Because you see, we can't keep this up. We can't keep up with the same stale ideas and the same people just being shuffled about, because that's what happens in the bureaucracy. They work in a department for so long and they get moved around to another department. There's not really any new blood generally coming in. They're in there till they retire, and you shuffle them around like cards in a deck. So I'll leave you to think about that, and it's personally something that we should really be asking our members about and saying, why are these people still here? Aren't the PCs the one who got us in this mess in the first place? Why do you have their bureaucrats making your decisions? We elected you for change. We didn't elect you for something to do. So find your MHAs, and if they're a cabinet minister, question them on it. Say, why is your ADM new? When did you appoint them? When did you approve their appointment? And if they say, well, I didn't, why not? Why did you keep them? Why did you keep this bureaucrat? Why didn't you switch them out? I mean, these are the questions that we need to ask, and like I stated earlier, my party, we're going to do that. I'll put it in writing. I mean, it's not something I'm scared to do. Because you see, we can tackle these problems, but we really need bold measures and new people. So, when you get the chance, look us up online. We're available on Twitter. We're available on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to really help make things better for Newfoundland and Labrador. So just get on out and start asking questions, because the more questions we ask, the more answers we're going to get. Thank you, and have a great day.